Good evening, everybody. How is everyone doing? Guys, we got a great little show lined up for you today with a bunch of amazing deals on hand. Now, we got those beautiful Jackery power stations that's going to power your home without an issue. Now, guys, with that, we do have, of course, those beautiful little discounts that you're going to see on hand like that. Now, these discounts are going to do well for you guys if you need something of the sort. Now, we got a little bit of something for everybody. We got smaller stations, we got larger stations. We got a wide variety of solar panels to work with those stations as well. We also got a very cool little follower, Trevor, in the house. What's up, Trevor? Sheila, what is going on? What is going on? How are you doing, Sheila? I got the little ones here. Oh, the little ones are here, here. Well, hello, little ones. Now, guys, we have a 7% discount code for you guys tonight. Unfortunately, the other one ran out, so we have a 7% discount code for you guys. That's going to be if you spend over $2,000, you get 7% off of that purchase price for you. Now, we also have that 1000 V2 package deal that you guys are going to see for like $399. You're also going to see the 1000 V2 and solar panels for like $699, and then you're going to see that 2000 V2 for like $799, I believe it is. Now, bunch of very, very beautiful little power stations for you guys. Now, we're going to start off with, of course, that 1000 V2. Now, that 1000 V2 can actually run quite a bit of different items for you, and that's the cool part about this. I have items being ran today off of power stations. You guys might see that big old light in the middle of the table. We're running that off of that. We're also running some other lights. So, guys, we're going to move camera angles. We're going to bounce around here, and we're going to say, hey, there's a table of product. On that product is going to be the 1000 V2, the 2000 V2, and that beautiful 500. We're going to move over here to, of course, that amazing 1000 V2. Now, that 1000 V2, guys, is a beautiful, beautiful power station. Of course, the camera's going to go a little bit sideways, and it's going to zoom on in for you guys and show you guys a close-up with this. We actually have some lighting being ran off of the 1070 watt-hours of power through the LiFePO4 lithium cells. Now, these lithium cells pack quite a punch, and they can actually charge and discharge at a nice rate. With that being said, you guys can actually fully charge this device in 2 hours on a wall plug if you really wanted to. At 2 hours standard fast charging, that's actually a really decent charge through that 3-prong charging capability with this. Have the minor Prime Day deals. These are Prime Day deals that you are seeing, Trevor. So that is why we're giving you and showing you guys these discounts. We do have discount codes for you that we will be sharing throughout chat with that on hand. We also have, that 7% discount as well. Yeah, these are actually, you're seeing really great deals right now. These are early Prime Day deals. We decided to start those early. Now, like I said, that 2-hour charge rate is actually their standard fast charging for this device off a wall plug, which is great. If you had, let's say, 2 of the 200 watt solar panels for this 1000 V2, about 2.5 hour charge rate. That means if you guys wanted to use this to run, let's say, like gazebo lights throughout the night, you guys could then, of course, charge it with the solar panels throughout the day and not have to worry about it. That's a really great idea for that. You guys could also do like Halloween decorations, Christmas decorations. You guys could do movie projectors. You could even do inflatable bounce houses. Whatever you really wanted to, it could run off of this. Now, it's got, of course, 2 USB-C ports. One's a 30-watt port. The other's a 100-watt port. We also have that USB-A 18-watt port as well. That USB-A 18-watt port does well for those of you that have standard USB-A products. Above that is a 12-volt 10-amp cigarette lighter plug. I mean, guys, if you don't know what a cigarette lighter plug adapter is, in your older vehicles, they used to have these adapter plugs that, you would plug a cigarette lighter in. Well, now we use them, of course, for our adapters for extra USB-A ports, USB-C ports. We use them, of course, to plug in like vacuum cleaners and stuff like that. It has it indicated and on the device for you. You have a digital display. That digital display is going to allow you to see, of course, the battery percentage. It's going to allow you to see the input and output from all of it. It's got an intelligent battery management system built in there as well. The opposite side of that is going to be that flashlight. Now, flashlight does 3 different modes, right? You're going to have your low light mode, your highlight mode, then you're going to have your SOS mode. SOS mode is just what you would think. It is to help and trigger somebody a warning that you may need or indicate you may need some help. It's just one of them pieces. You're going to have 3 AC outlets. Those are your standard American plugs, your 3-prong plugs, your grounded plugs. That's going to do about 1,500 watts of pure sine wave power. With pure sine wave means there's no spikes, no peaks, no worry about jolts of voltage going through there and, of course, hurting your other pieces. How would you charge a lighter? So, Trevor, that's not what it is. So, in the old days, they used to have these little round plugs that would go into the cigarette lighter adapter. You would push it in and it would heat up the coil, and that coil would then become like a lighter that they would use to light stuff. So that's the type of lighter. It's not like you would think nowadays, like the cigarette lighters you're thinking of. Totally different thing. It's just, that's what they call it. It's technically a 12 volt 10 amp plug, but most people call it a cigarette lighter adapter. Now, of course, you guys can run it quite a bit with this. It's got 4,000 charge cycles for the next 10 years, and then you guys are going to drop down to about 70 to 80% battery capacity charge level. So just like your standard batteries in my car, after about 10 years, it's going to drop down to about, it's going to drop a little bit under that top percent. Will still charge, still run, and you don't have to worry about it. And that's the cool part. Now, you could do, let's say, a 30-watt drone off of this, 800-watt projectors, 20-watt Bluetooth speakers, 1,200-watt space heaters. You guys could even do, let's say, probably about, I'm going to say 10 hours with a movie projector, like a 100-watt movie projector, right? You guys could run your standard Starlink internet device off of this for about 10 hours. For the Starlink Mini users, up to about 29 hours, depending on the device you have. 20 drone batteries, maybe 14 charges with your small 30-watt to 60-watt laptops. I'm going to say maybe 45 to 50 phone charges, depending on the phone you're using. 12 hours with the heated blanket, you guys can do that as well. If you want to run let's say a mini fridge, 14 hours of runtime, 10 hours with your flat screen TV if you truly needed to, about 2 hours with the orbital sounder. You guys are out in the wood shop. You guys are making up some new wood panels for maybe your audio boxes or stuff. Your power goes out, but you want to finish sanding the box before you can prime it. Use your orbital sander off of this, and it'll run it for about 2 hours, which is a great runtime with that. Now, for those of you that want to cook some rice, man, your 330-watt rice cooker could run it for about 2.5 to 3 hours off of this without an issue. The difference is if you guys are using, let's say, like a 100-watt refrigerator, you're going to, it will change the amount of runtime it is. 520-watt refrigerator, I'm going to tell you guys, you're probably going to get a little under 2 hours with that refrigerator, depending on if you are in and out of that refrigerator quite a bit. Refrigerators don't always stay running at max with this. Now, Charge Shield 2.0, full app control. So your Amazon or your Apple users and the Android users, you guys can actually download the app on either one of those devices, and then you guys can run it. The app's free. It'll allow you to see all this. It'll allow you to switch over into emergency charge mode as well. In emergency charge mode, you guys can actually charge this at a 1 hour charge time. Now, the price of this is going to be about $448.98 before that discount code that we actually have for you. And we do have a discount code for you. I will actually have Fernando. I think Fernando has the codes. I thought I had these codes. Why do I not? Let's see if I can get you guys that code. All right, here. All right, here is that code for you guys. I do apologize. I knew I had a code. Knew I had one. So you guys can use that code. Get it for about $3.99. That's going to save you about $400 off of that device. Remember, it's an $800 product. So $800, you're getting a great, great product nonetheless. Now, if that's not the device you want and you guys want to get it with, let's say, the solar panels, you guys can get it with the solar panel as a package. Now, it's going to come with the beautiful, I believe it's going to come with the 200-watt solar panel. And that 200-watt solar panel is a really amazing panel with this one. Fully waterproof, water resistant. It's got a sunlight angle indicator. It's going to allow you to charge at about a 25-degree angle. At 25-degree angle, you are going to get about a 24% charge rate even in the lowest of light settings. So let's say you guys live in Seattle, Portland, Oregon, or more overcast skies. You will still get about a 24.25% charge rate through that solar panel. If you guys live in, let's say, Nevada, Arizona, right now, if you guys live in New England, you're getting 100% light right now. So you're going to get a full charge. 200 watts at 18 volts is what you guys are going to get with that, which is actually really decent of a charge rate for those. So phenomenal product. Now with the solar panel, it's like $698, I think it is. $698, that's a 46% savings. Do not know why my camera just shut down. It's actually, I kind of know why my camera shut down, but we're just not going to say why. The camera got hot, guys. I apologize, so bear with me as I try to fix that camera. So it is, of course, it's 100 degrees outside my house. It's probably 90 degrees inside here. Camera's going to get hot. Hopefully it doesn't fall asleep too much with this. So great little options for you. Amazing little pieces. With the panel, without the panel, that is your choices. If you guys want that solar panel, I'm going to always gear you guys towards getting the solar panel. Having the solar panel with the kit is always my train of thought, because it's going to allow you to charge it in times of need. Power outages, brownouts, blackouts. If you guys live in California, where they do rolling brownouts, where they say, hey, we're going to shut your power off for a little while to save energy and all that other stuff. This will help you charge it up with that, and that's kind of a cool piece. It's not the largest station that they have, but it is still a very relevant, very powerful station, and it will do well for you. So any questions, I will definitely check and see and answer. Now, with that, guys, don't forget, we also have that 7% discount code, 25 Prime JA7, and that's going to give you guys 7% off of $2,000 purchases of Jackery products. So you guys can save a few bucks with this. Now, if you don't want the smaller station, the big brother, the 2000 V2 might actually be a good pick for you. Now, 2000 V2 is on the table right next to it, and I'm going to leave it right there kind of away from the actual device, because I'm going to pull up the app. And let's show you guys kind of a little bit of what the app can do. Like, I can actually turn on the app. From the app, I can hit, of course, the flashlight, turn the flashlight on. You guys just saw it come on. I can go into a higher light setting with the flashlight as well. I can turn on SOS pattern with that on top, or I can shut it off. Now, if we want to, we can turn on the display. You guys kind of see it comes on. We're going to bring you guys in a little bit closer, and we're going to show you guys that display. So right there is, of course, that display. And if we zoom on in a little bit better, you're going to notice it's reading about 89% charge. That's because that's where I left it. I can actually shut that screen off just by a flip of a switch. Now, just like the 1000 V2, you guys can actually quick charge this. It's standard quick charging for about 2 hours. This is going to be your charge rate. If you want it in emergency situations and you need it to charge quicker, 1 hour charge rate will what you're going to be at. And that 1 hour charge rate will do well for you guys, and it'll do amazingly well. Let's go there. Now, to get this, you guys can get it for like $7.99 tonight. That's normally a $1,500 product. Now, with it, it's 2,042 watt hours of power. 2,042 watt hours of power comes in a little bit of weight. This is a 39-pound device. At 39 pounds, it has a handle. It can still be carried around. I carry these back and forth, but your children may not be carrying it around for you. You're probably going to have to pack it around yourself. Still has that flashlight. It has the digital display that we showed you. Still has, of course, the 12-volt 10-amp DC plug or cigarette lighter and plug. It's got the 2 USB-C ports and the USB-A port. So you got that 30-watt port, the 100-watt port, and then the 18-watt port as well. And next to that is, of course, the 3 AC outlets. Now, on this one, you're going to get 2,200 watts of pure sine wave through the AC outlets. 2,200 watts is actually quite a bit of power. That means your standard 1,150 watt or 10,000 BTU window AC could be ran off of this. And you guys could run that for about 2 hours off of this product without recharging it. So 2 hours of a nice little chill would be great. What I do know is if you guys have your AC set at, let's say, 70 degrees, you guys could run that for longer than 2 hours, because at 70 degrees, I was reading about 600 watts when we were doing this testing, 600 to 800. Fluctuation will be when it kicks on to kind of get the little chill off there, or vice versa. When you drop it to 60, of course, that is going to take more power. Yeah, Sheila, these are the early Prime Day deals. So these deals are amazingly well set out there for you guys with these packages. And that's the cool part about this. Now let's talk about charge rate. I told you guys 2 hour standard fast charging, 1 hour an emergency charge rate if you really needed to. If you wanted to use, let's say, a 200 watt solar panel by itself, 5 hours would be your charge time. With two of these solar panels, about 2.5 hours would be your charge rate with those panels, or so, about 2.5 to 3 hours. Now, another cool part is if you guys use the solar and, of course, the AC plug, you're going to have it charged in 50 minutes. 50 minutes is actually a really decent charge rate for those on hand, and that's the cool part with this. It is amazingly well set up for everybody to do just that. With the 2200 watts of pure sine wave power, that's not where it stops. You guys can peak it up to about 4400. So for those of you that need to push the limits and get something a little bit larger running, it can do that. It's not going to be pure sine wave at that point. It's going to have a little bit of a roller coaster. Not enough that's you're going to have to worry about your electronics, but definitely it'll have a little bit of a roller coaster and the sine wave of the actual electronics. You guys could run, let's say, a 200 watt desktop PC for about 12 hours. That's going to be like your Dells, your Gateways, some of your little Azuses and stuff like that. They're low power, not large gaming computers. It's going to run for about 12 hours with that PC. With, of course, let's say a 520 watt refrigerator, you might get about 3.5 to 4 hours or more with that. 1150 watt window AC at max charge, 2 hour charge time with this. You guys can get about 2 hours with a crock pot. Coffee maker might be about 3 hours if you wanted to. 2.5 hours with the shop vac. So for those of you that work construction, you build houses, or you want to clean up the shop and you don't have a plug near you, plug it into this Jackery power station, run your shop vac in that. I'm talking about your wet, dry shop vacs, your really nice ones. It can run for easily 2.5 hours without a problem. And that's a great idea with this. Now, with other devices, you guys could do like 8 hours with an electric drill, maybe 20 hours with a water pump, 20 hours with an air compressor. That's going to be like your single pump airbrush air compressors. For those of you with the dual pump compressors, you might get 6 to 7 hours depending on the compressor with that. That's going to be like a 1 horsepower compressor, all right? For the painters, that's actually really cool. For the airbrushers, that's even better. You guys are going to get a great runtime with that. For the 100 watt mini fridgers, 17 to 18 hours of runtime. For the 150 watt water pump, guys, that's going to be like your sump pumps. For your drainage and stuff like that, 11 and a half hours. Microwave might give you up to 2 hours, maybe a little bit more, depending on if you have a small one. If you have a large one like me, you're only going to get an hour and a half just going there. And they are, of course, and can be used as a UPS or uninterruptible power supply. It's got about a 20 milliseconds to switch over with this, which is kind of cool. Size ratio of this is actually decent. It's about 13 inches wide, 10 inches deep, maybe 11 inches high. It is made with what's called cell-to-body technology. It looks like a honeycomb or a beehive. All the batteries are built into that. They have separate housings, which means it's going to help stop the swelling, which keeps them compressed. It's also going to make the size of the housing smaller than some of the older ones. It's also going to bring down the weight, and of course the build times with these, because you're not building a separate battery package and housing to add into it. It's all done in a single piece. That's the great idea with that. Now, like I said, $7.99 will be your price for that. And that is actually the really, really great thing with this. I just love that you have that. Now, of course, with this, I'm going to go here. Always get it as a package deal. I mean, it's going to save you so much time, hassle. because if you forgot to charge it and your power goes out, having solar panels will allow you to charge that. Or maybe your power has gone out for multiple days. Having solar panels will help you with that. Now we have the 2000 V2 in here with two of those 200-watt solar panels. Those two 200-watt solar panels, guys, are beautifully well done. It's like a 40% savings, $14.98, I think, is kind of like the price point with that. And that's actually a really good price point to be had. Now, if you guys want to, of course, because you're over, well, no, we don't have that discount for you tonight. I can't say that one. I do apologize. Let me see. What do we have? Oh yeah. Okay. So it's going to be about $14.98. And I mean, each one of those solar panels is normally like $700. And then, of course, you got that power station of by itself that's normally $1,500. So you're already saving quite a bit with that. And by adding, of course, those solar panels, guys, it's amazingly well done. I love it. Great little options with that. And that's the cool part with this. Phenomenal, guys. So with it, solar panel idea, fully waterproof, water resistant. You got two of these. You're going to get a great charge time, which means you guys can actually be using this and charging it at the same time. For those of you trying to just run some lighting off of it, you're going to have more input than you're going to be having output. That's kind of cool. That means you're going to be constantly running. For those of you trying to run, let's say, your shop vac off of this, it's not going to keep up fully charging it and, of course, running it. It's going to, kind of slower to that kind of charge with that. So that's going to be the variation with this one. But definitely worth checking that out. You guys will probably enjoy that one quite a bit. Now, we also have the bigger station. And this is going to be for those of you trying to run home appliances and stuff like that, right? And we're talking about the table in the background. We're actually talking about the one running the LED lighting right there. That's what we have. So, yeah, I'm everywhere. Sheila, I'm on 6 or 7 channels right now. We are definitely out there right now. Now, this is the 3000 Pro. Now, the 3000 Pro is coming in at a great deal. Now, this is the 3000 Pro and two 200-watt solar panels. Normally, it's a $39.99 price tag with that being said, right? So $39.99. That is going to be your normal price tag. We have it on sale for $17.99 tonight. Use our discount code that I just posted in chat, and you can get it for $17.99. If not, it's $19.99. Now, with that, it's a 64-pound power station. Now, 64 pounds is quite a bit. Now, I'm going to go there. 64 pounds is it's definitely heavy, guys. It's not the lightest station that they own. So do be careful, like kind of team lifter or something like that. They made it so it's easily movable, though. That's the cool part about this one. It's got 2 large 3-inch wheels. Those 3-inch wheels are going to allow you to roll it around. It's going to allow you to, of course, take it places you normally wouldn't be with this as well. Those wheels are nice and sturdy with that. You also have that beautiful handle, and that handle is really great because the handle is phenomenally well done, and it can actually telescopic and be put away inside the housing, so you don't have to worry about that with this one. Now, with the device, you guys can see I have some RGB lighting on there. That RGB lighting, I probably could run that RGB lighting off of this device for weeks, and I'm going to go there. That lighting is only 5 to maybe 10 watts or less with that. So we could run it for constantly a long time. If I bring you in, and I'm going to do it, and I'm going to bring you guys in, and I'm going to turn the screen on, you guys can see. So, I hit the screen. We're at 31% charged. It's pulling, I'm pulling about 23 watts right now, and it says I can run it for 21 hours. I do know that this LED lighting will drop down in power range at some point, but it does have a Bluetooth connection. So that is why we're pulling 23 watts, and that's because I'm using the Bluetooth right now with that. 21 hours at 31%, guys. 21 hours of runtime with the lighting. At a full charge, you guys can do the math. You're going to get, of course, multiple days without an issue on hand. Now, with this, it is, of course, 3,024 watt-hours of power. It's a larger standalone system. Now you're going to get 5 AC outlets. Now, 4 of those are your standard 3 prongs, and then you're going to have that NEMA plug above. They're all 120 volts. There's no 240 in this. It's all 120. Now, the bottom 4 and the top 5th one are all 3,000 watts of pure sine wave power. So you guys can plug in large powered devices. Even a welding machine can be plugged into this. So if you guys are welders, you guys can plug it in and use that. It's a great idea. They didn't just leave it at 3,000 watts of pure sine wave power. You guys can go up to 6,000 if you really need to. So 6,000 watts max. That means for those of you with a MIG welder or even a TIG welder, you guys could run that for about an hour off of this device. And that's actually decent. So let's say you guys like to hit the sand dunes. You guys take your toys with you. Maybe you guys are 4-buyers and you guys go out 4-buying with your Broncos, your Jeeps, and everything else. Maybe your Toyotas, conversions and stuff. You break a drive, part of the suspension or a tie rod or something like that, and you need to weld it on just to get you out. This will give you an hour of welding time. That's great. And you guys could even plug in, let's say, a grinder. Now on the side, you're going to have 2 of those USB-C ports. They're 100 watts max per port. You also have 2 18-watt ports. And then you're going to have the 12-volt 10-amp DC plug that's hidden behind a cover with this one. Your charge time will be quite a bit more compared to the other ones. 2.5 hours standard charge, full charge off of this on a wall plug. So 2.5 hours. If you had, say, 6 of these 200-watt panels, you're getting 2 of those in this kit. 6 of those is going to give you guys a 3.5-hour charge rate on a wall plug with that. So 3.5 hours, you're good to go. This device could be ran in -4-degree weather. So -4 degrees is where they kind of recommend you can use it at. But, I mean, let's go there. You guys could probably run a little more. 12 forms of protection, 9 temperature sensors, battery management system. The battery management system is an intelligent one, which is great for you. With this, you guys could run 1150-watt window AC for about 3 hours without a problem. 5 hours with your 520-watt refrigerator, or a little bit more than that. This is where it's going to get kind of cool. Your TV, 35 hours. Yeah, Sheila, it is way, way off there for you. Exactly. 50% off for this. And actually, if you use our code, Sheila, it's over 50%. So that code I shared in chat, it's going to give you more than 50% off. For the people not using that code, you're going to get it for 50% off. And that's not where we're going to leave it, because with this one, if you, let's say you guys add 300 to the, your package, if you guys want to buy the 3000 Pro right here kit, and you say grab the 300 plus, you guys can use that 7% discount code. So because you'll be over like 2000. So now you can run quite a bit more devices with this, about 101 cell phone charges. You guys could do, I believe it's going to be around, I want to say maybe 70 drone batteries, 6 hours with the space heater. You guys could do maybe 2.5 hours with the electric griddle, 3 hours with the tea kettle. If you guys want to do movie night, let's say you guys are out camping, you guys bring a movie projector to keep the kids busy, and you have a gaming console. 20 hours or so with just the projector alone. Plug in that Xbox, and you guys should be able to get at least 12 hours or plus of runtime with that. Now, 220 hours with a 5-watt light bulb, that is where I was talking about. So if you guys are using the 5-watt LED strips, the 14-watt strips, you're going to get over 100 hours of runtime without a problem. For those that want to use your ovens in your house, power goes out, you guys were cooking dinner, you need to finish dinner. Plug your oven into this and get it about 3 hours of runtime with it on a full charge. And that's the great part about this. It's a phenomenally well done product. Now remember, it's going to, of course, charge at a great rate. And that's the best part about this. So your charge rate on this one is definitely well set up for everybody. Any questions about the 3000 Pro? We are here to answer. I'm going to bounce over here because we're about to talk about small power stations. And as Sheila just said, That is over 50% off with our discount code if you want to. So we're going to save you guys a few bucks. Now, if you want this next product, the 300, you guys can get this 300 for $159 with our code. So with this code, you guys get it at a great discount. Now, it's a 7-pound power station. 7 pounds is all this weighs. It's got a fixed handle, of course, with this. We can grab it. We can do arm curls. We can use it as a weight if you want to. It's accessible and easily carryable, even from children. Most children, if they can pick up your puppy, they can pick this up. I'm just going to go there, right? Now, with it, you're going to have multiple points of connection, but you're only going to have about 293 watt-hours of power. Now, 293 watt-hours of power is actually decent for a product of this size, and that's the cool part about it. Because of the size, though, it is, of course, nice little options. You have the AC outlets, and you have 2 of these AC outlets. These AC outlets are going to do 300 watts of pure sine wave, can peak at 500 for if you need to. Now, you're going to get 2 USB-A ports. You're going to have 2 of those 5-volt 2.4 amps, and then you're going to have the USB-C port. The USB-C port is a 60-watt bidirectional port. You still have that 12-volt 10-amp DC plug, the display, and, of course, the DC input or output port. Now, this port right here, this DC input port, is for your solar panels, your wall plugs, and, of course, your cigarette lighter charger adapter. Now, with that being said, you guys will have about a 3.5-hour charge rate on a wall plug by itself. Use the wall plug and that 60-watt USB-C port, 2-hour charge time, and you're up and running. Now, 293 watt-hours of power should be able to allow you to run a Nintendo Switch for about 40 hours or so, just depending on how high of the game you're using, how loud you have it, and all of those other variations that may be out there. 15 different DSLR batteries for the content creators. That's quite a bit of charging for batteries. And you guys could do maybe 6 drone batteries with this. You could even do, let's say, 4.5 to 5 hours with the flat screen TV, maybe 4 to 5 laptop charges as well. It's a simplified product with this one, and of course, I just almost dropped it. But don't worry. They are, of course, drop protected up to about, I think it's like 32 to 50 inches or so, like that. I've dropped this over 9 feet. And I'm going to be honest with you, I dropped it 9 feet, and you guys can see the ding right there because I dropped it off a shelf. And it's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Works perfectly well. I turn the screen on. You guys can actually see it's about 44% charge. We've been using it a little bit. So this is going to be about $159 with, of course, our discount code tonight. So if you guys want to, great little option. It's already a 35% savings. Use our discount code. It's going to save you a few more bucks. Here's where it's cool, though. Don't get it by itself. Never. And what's up, Phil, my guy? What's up, buddy? Don't always get it by itself. I mean, you guys can get the 300 plus guys by itself if you really wanted to. Get it as a package deal. Get it with the 100-watt solar panel. Now, the 100-watt solar panel is a phenomenal panel. Just going here. This is going to be like, it's going to be a few hours charging this, of course. But you're only charging at like 100 watts of charger, right? So 100 watts of charging, you guys can see where you're going to get out with these charge rates. Fully waterproof, water resistant, nice large panel. The package deal is going to be like $298 for this one. That's a 40% to 40, I think it's like 40% savings with that. So great little idea with this. Great options, and of course a beautiful little solar panel. Now, if that's not the device you need, maybe you guys want the 240 V2. The 240 V2 is just one of those amazingly well done, put together products at $189 by itself. $189. Now, to some, that's a little bit of money. To others, it's actually not that bad. And I don't think it's a bad deal for that. This is that product. And the size changed, the lithium changed, but it didn't change that much. It's a square body with a handle that folds up now. It, of course, changed from DC charging plug to, of course, the 3-prong wall plug like your computers. This is going to have 256 watt-hours of power. that can be fully charged in under 2 hours on a wall plug, which is great. Now you have app control again, so you have full access through your phone. You have a single AC outlet that does, of course, 300 watts of pure sound wave power. Can peak at 600 on this. You have the flashlight, single light mode or SOS pattern with that. Nice, beautiful display, and that beautiful 12 volt 10 amp plug as well. Now you're going to have a 100 watt USB-C port. This is a bi-directional port. You're going to have a 15 watt USB-C port and a 15 watt USB-A port. That's going to give you a good enough of connections. Your charge time on this, like I said, on a standard wall plug, guys, is under 2 hours. Under 2 hours wall plug, you're good to go. Activate Charge Shield 2.0 emergency charge rate, 1 hour charge time, and you're up and running. If you want to, that USB-C port by itself, 2 hour charge rate. And you guys see where I'm going with this. You guys could run 12 cell phone charges, 16 hours with the Bluetooth speaker, maybe 4 drone batteries, maybe 3 laptop charges. You guys could do 14 hours or so with the Wi-Fi router if you really wanted to. Maybe 20 hours with the 5 watt light bulb, 4 hours with your TV, 6 hours with your pet heating pad. You guys could do, I think, 3.5 hours to 4 hours with your own heated blanket if you needed to, or a house fan, which I really could be using right now. The AC's on, but it's not blowing at me because it's being blocked by these stations. The fan could run for 4 hours without a problem. And it's a great idea. Like I said, $160, I think it's like $189 for this product. At $189, that is a great deal. It's 24% savings. But get it with, of course, you have the option of getting the 240 V2 with the Mini 40 solar panel for like $248. And that's going to give you guys an 11-pound package. At 11 pounds, this is capable of being taken pretty much anywhere. Camping, quick emergencies, sending it with your kids to college. It's got that variation in the quick usage. You'll have, of course, a solar panel that's 2.5 pounds. 8 pounds. You guys do the math. With the cabling, 11-pound package. At 11 pounds, you have a fully waterproof, water-resistant device that's going to allow you to be up, charged, and running at an actually decent charge time. With the 100-watt solar panel, it's going to be like, I think the 100-watt solar panel is 3 hours. I think with this one, it's like 7 hours. So you have the charge time there for it. So 240 V2, Mini 40 solar panel, great option, great package if you're looking. Hey, thanks, Phil. Thanks for sharing that, buddy. I appreciate that. Now, up next, of course, we have, I believe, the 300 Plus. Now, the 300 Plus is another great product for you. And that's going to be where we're going to talk about. 300 Plus is going to come in 3 different package deals. By itself, with the Mini 40 solar panel, or with the 100-watt solar panel. You pick and choose your options with that. We showed you the Mini 40 panel. We showed you the 100-watt panel. We're going to show you guys the 300 Plus power station. The 300 Plus power station looks identical, and I'm going to say it. It's identical to the 240 V2. There's literally no changes in the housing. Identical. Still 8 pounds. Fixed handle. Wall plug charging. The difference is you guys can actually charge this at under an hour and a half. Under an hour and a half on a wall plug fully charged, you're good to go. Still has that flashlight. Has that beautiful display. Has the 12 volt 10 amp. Has the 100 watt bi-directional. Has, of course, that beautiful 15 watt USB-C port and the 15 watt USB-A port. 300 watts of AC outlet or 600 max with this. 288 watt hours of power with this one. So at 288 watt hours of power, guys, you are actually running quite a bit. Back up there about 38 hours with the Nintendo Switch. You guys can do 12 to 13 cell phone charges. Your 14 to 15 watt Wi-Fi router can run for 15 to 16 hours off of this without an issue. It has the capabilities of running all those devices. It would be great for a go bag. It would be great for quick emergencies. A great little option for your RV, your toy hauler. Just a simplified piece. Maybe you guys want to have something for grandma, just in case the power goes out and you're a little bit worried with that. This will allow for that, and that's the cool part about this. You have the capabilities of doing all of those and then without it. Now, fully warranted, of course, they offer the warranties with this, and you have those. So you guys get it a package deal by itself. The 300 plus, I believe the 300 plus by itself is approximately, I think it's like $299. But if you are a Prime member, I think it's like $199 if I can remember right. All right, I'm not seeing the actual prices right now, so I do apologize. It looks like Amazon kind of pushed it off the main page with that. If you want it with the Mini 40 solar panel, you guys can get it for, I think it's like $279 with the Mini 40 solar panel as a great package deal as well. Or you guys can get it with the 100-watt solar panel. It's going to be a little bit more with the 100-watt solar panel, guys. Let's just go there. It's going to be like, I can't remember the price of that with the 100-watt solar panel. So you have the options if you really need to. So just great little ideas, great deals. If you're looking, definitely try and check those out. So we have them for you. Just want to show them to you. All right, we are moving away from those. We're going to move over to the 500, I believe it is. So we have that back here as well. Now, the 500 is on the table, so we're going to move over to the table. We're going to move down to the bottom. We're going to move to the side, and we actually have this bad boy right over here with this. Now, this is where it's kind of cool. That is that beautiful 500-watt Jackery Explorer. Fixed handle, has a flashlight on the side, still has all the cooling technologies, has that beautiful Jackery logo, but has 518 watt-hours of power in a 13-pound package. Now, at 13 pounds, it is actually nice and lightweight for the amount of power that it packs. And it packs quite a bit for you. Now, with this, it charges a little bit slower rate. It's going to take you guys approximately 5.5 hours on a wall plug to charge this. It'll be the same if you guys are in your car, you have it plugged into your cigarette lighter plug or your 12-volt adapter in your car, 5.5 hours. If you have a 100-watt solar panel, it's going to be about 7.5 hours. This device is coming in at $298.98. It's a 40% savings for you, which is a great deal. When you want to, though, you're going to have multiple points of connections or ports. You're going to have the AC outlet. 500 watts, pure sine wave power, can peak at 1,000. You're going to have, of course, 3 5-volt 2.4 amp USB-A ports. You're going to have 3 DC plugs. One's going to be your 12-volt 10 amp plug. That's that cigarette lighter plug style. And then you're going to have 2 6.2 millimeter adapter plugs, and then you're going to have the 8 millimeter input port. Now, the input port's actually really nicely well done. It's a good little piece. And it will do well for those of you that need to. This will allow you to run your flat screen TV for about 7 hours. Your CPAP machine for about 9 hours if you wanted to. 30 hours with the laptop runtime. 8 hours with your air pump. So let's say you love summer. You guys like to go rafting the river or rafting the lake. Use that air pump for about 8 hours to inflate those rafts without a problem. 50 minutes with the blender. 9 hours with the mini cooler depending on the size of the mini cooler. It's 13 pounds. Of course, the price point, $298 by itself, is a great deal. And it's actually an amazing deal. But if you want it, you guys can get it with the 100-watt solar panel yet again. That's going to be $468. It's a 41% savings. So you have that option to do that. Maybe right back. All right, no problem. Phil said the same thing. I don't think he's ever coming back. He just ditched me. All right, so great little options, guys. The 500 I've used for quite a bit. So I've used it for camera gear. I've used it for lighting. I even played my Xbox off of it. We had the vacuum plugged into it the other day. I had a Dremel plugged into it too. I was doing something with the Dremel. I can't remember what it was. I was charging my drill batteries too. So great little option right there. It's gonna do well for those of you that need to. 500, great option, great option. Now, if you want to, though, you guys can get the 3000 Pro by itself that we already showed you guys as a package deal. But you guys can get the 3000 Pro by itself for like $1,700. So if you want that big power station down there, guys, on the right, $1,700 price tag. That's a 32% savings. I'm going to tell you guys, get it with the solar panels. The solar panels is definitely a much, much better deal in my mind. I mean, you're getting it for $17.99. That's a $100 difference, and you're getting 2 solar panels. But if you don't need the solar panels, then definitely, you guys, $16.99. It's a great deal to be had. Now, the 2000 plus next to it is going to be your whole home moderation, or of course modular system. Now this of course is the same housing as what we just showed you, the 3000 Pro. Now this housing is a beautiful piece. It's about 63 pounds on this one though. Now with this, you're going to get it and 2 of those 200 watt solar panels at $18.99. $18.99 is your price point. So you're going to get 2,042 watt hours of power with 2 of those solar panels for $18.99. Now you probably think, well, the 3000 is a little bit cheaper. 3000 doesn't allow you to add extra batteries, so that's the difference with this. This is a modular system, so you guys can have the extra batteries. Now you have the 5 AC outlets that do 3000 watts pure sound wave power, can peak at 6000. That means that welding machine, yet again, can be plugged in and ran for about a half an hour or so. The charge time of this device is 2 hours. 2 hours on a wall plug, fully charged, you're good to go. If you had 6 of those 200 watt solar panels, 2 hours charge time, and you're good to go. 25 hours in your car, cigarette lighter, charging in your motorhome, your toy hauler, driving across country. When fully charged, you're going to have, of course, 2 USB-C ports, 2 USB-A ports. That 12 volt 10 amp DC plug, full app control, and that beautiful display as well. Now, your run times, it's going to be like your 200 watt desktop PC for 12 hours. Probably 50 hours with the CPAP machine or more. 1150 watt window AC, about 2 hours. 3.25 hours with your refrigerator, the 520 watt double door refrigerator. 14 to 15 hours with the movie projector. Maybe 1 hour, hour and a half with the hair dryer if you really need a hair dry. Water pumps, air pumps, about 20 hours between those two. 4 hours with, of course, an angle grinder. Maybe 2 hours with a chainsaw. 3 to 4 hours with your hand drills. 60 cell phone charges. 45 drone batteries. But you have the range of usage. Now, that's the cool part about it. And with the kit, of course, you guys can get the 2000 plus with 2 of those solar panels for $18.99. That's a 42% savings. 42% savings. That is an amazing savings to be had. But always, guys, get it as a package deal. Get the 4000 kit. The 4000 kit, it's going to be those 2 solar panels, the power station, and, of course, the battery above it. So you guys are going to get the full kit. Now, this full kit is 50% savings. It's $24.99. Normally a $5,000 price tag. Because it's over that $2,000 price point, you guys can now use that 7% discount code. So if you guys want to use that 7% discount code, go right ahead, use it, and of course, input it. That's going to save you guys 7% off of this piece or the next few that we're going to show you. By adding that battery, you just doubled your runtime. That's 4,085 watt hours of power now. Still a 2-hour charge rate. Cool part is the batteries, when they're linked to the system, you guys can have up to 5 batteries. Each battery can have 6 of its own solar panels if you wanted to. That's a great idea, and it's very, very cool. Comes with the linking cable. Because it's over 3,000 watts or watt hours, it unlocks the 30% tax credit from the Green Energy Credit Program through your electrical companies. So you guys can actually save a little bit with this. Now, the 4000 kit is definitely where it's at. When you add 5 batteries, guys, it's 12 kilowatts of power. So you guys can add up to 5 batteries. You guys could also use it with the manual transfer switch, hook it up to your house plug, and run circuits off of this. When you do that, you guys can link up a second of these, or you guys can link up a second 2000 plus by itself and add 10 batteries. By doing that, you can do 24 kilowatts of hour power. 2,000 plus station is beautiful. The 4,000 kit would be my go-to. And then what do I mean by that? Instead of just getting the station by itself, get it with the kit. Get the full kit. Solar panels, battery, station, multiple plugs of usability, and of course portability with this. 20 milliseconds to switch over. They got you covered. Now we're moving into the range of their largest system. We're going to go here. This is the 5000. Now I'm changing camera views. So we're going down here. We're going to talk about this bad boy right here, right? So this is the 5000. Now the 5000 is their largest system today. This, of course, is over 5,000 watt hours of power. 5,040 watt hours of power. Has 4 AC plugs on the front that do 7,200 watts of sine wave. Now you have the 12 volt 10 amp DC plug that we keep talking about. 2 USB-A ports and 2 USB-C ports. 18 watt USB-A ports, 100 watt USB-C ports. A larger display than some of the others. Still has the handle, guys. The handle's actually up right now. If I drop it, you guys can see it go in the housing. There's a handle on the side too that's going to allow me to roll it. With this, you're going to have multiple points of connection. Now, first and foremost, we flip the side, you're going to be greeted with, of course, these plugs. This is your AC plug. This is going to allow you to connect up a smart transfer station or second 5000 plus. Then you're going to have 2 NEMA adapter plugs down below. So if we bring you guys in there, and hopefully you guys can kind of see this, there's a 14-30 and a 14-50. Now, those are 120 and 240 volt plugs. So those are going to allow you to run quite a bit with that. And that's the great option with this. So you have the capabilities, guys, of running more things than you normally would with that. Now, you're going to have, of course, other switches down below. Those are going to be your reset circuits for all of the AC ports. On the opposite side, it's going to be your solar panel connections and your wall plug. I'm going to pop the panel off. I don't recommend popping it off, but we do it for, of course, streaming purposes. Low power solar array, your 8020 DC plus. That's going to allow for 1200 watts of charging. High power solar array with a switch to kick on. If you're not using it, leave it off. This is going to allow you to charge at 4,000 watts. The wall plug is going to allow you to charge at 18 watts. Now, you guys can't see that wall plug, so we're going to drop you guys down a little bit. On the bottom is also going to be the DC expansion port. The DC expansion port is going to allow you to, of course, connect up to 5 batteries. We'll get into that in a second. Now, with this device, your charge times will vary. With your low power solar array, your 1200 watts of charging, your 1200 watts of charging is going to take you 5 hours to charge this device. That's an hour, 1,000 watts of kilowatt or power, right? 1,000 watt hours of power. If you use the AC wall plug, you guys can actually charge it at, of course, the beautiful 1,800 watts of charging. 1,800 watts is going to give you guys a 3.5 hour charge rate. If you use the high power solar array, that's going to be like your large solar arrays. The ones that go on the roof of your house, your sheds, the movable systems out in your yard. 4,000 watts of charge rate. Under 2 hours to fully charge this. If you use the smart transfer station that connects up to your circuit breaker box, that is going to allow you to charge at, of course, under 2 hours with this. Now, on this device, it will allow you to run, let's say, your central AC. You guys could definitely run a central AC off of this for about 2 hours. Your 1150 watt window AC, about 4.5 hours. 3 hours with your house dryer. 2 days with your flat screen TV if you really wanted to. That's up to you. Now, that's the device by itself, right? Add 5 batteries and you can run most of your home appliances for about 7 days without a problem. Add that solar array connection of 4,000 watts and you're charging and running and doing it all at the same time. The 5000 has been designed to work as a 0 milliseconds of switchover. Now, with, of course, that, you guys can do the 0 milliseconds of switchover, which means If your power in your city goes out, this is plugged into your devices. There is no switch over. It automatically stays on. You guys are up and running, and you don't have to worry about it. And that's the cool part with this. Now, if you need to, though, you have full app control through the phone, and you guys will have full app control even with the smart transfer station. That's going to give you guys, like, let's say, solar tracking, input speeds, monitoring of real-time generation, optimizing for scheduling of this. $34.99 is the price tag if you use the discount code, and there is a discount code for that, guys. So you guys can get it for $34.99. And then, of course, use that 7% discount code that we also have to get an extra 7% off of the top of that. If you want to, though, also get it as a package deal. You guys can get the 5,000 plus as a package deal with the 500X solar panel. Now, the 500X solar panel is a $1,000 solar panel by itself. It's a it's like $42.99, 17% discount. You, again, use that 7% discount code, save another 7% off. Now, where it's cool is you guys can run it in parallel with the second 5,000 plus. When you connect it up to a second 5,000 plus, you guys can have 10 batteries. When you add 10 batteries, it's 60 kilowatts of power. 60 kilowatts of power should be able to allow you to run your home for at least 14 to 15 days, which is great. Add, of course, all the solar charging array, and you're up and running in no time, and you don't have to worry about it. So that is where you guys are going to be at with, of course, those devices right there. Now, with that, we're moving on to solar panels. And we do have some very, very cool solar panels for you guys tonight, and that's the best part about this. So, guys, some solar arrays and solar panels. We're going to start off with the 100-watt Solar Saga. Now, the 100-watt Solar Saga is a really, really amazing solar panel we talked about for a few times. Normally a $300 price tag, it's $209 and can be used with pretty much every station they have. This is that 100-watt solar panel. Now, bifacial charging, so it can charge from both sides. It's got a reflective blue side, and it's got the black monocrystalline solar cell side. 2 kickstands with elastic straps that allow you to set it up at a 25-degree angle. When not in use, it velcros on, and of course, it stays there. Riveted on fabric handles that allow you to carry it around. Has, of course, these snap rings that hold it shut. Now, with this, you guys can actually open it up and see the size of this panel. This panel is actually quite long. It's 4 panels long. It's going to do 100 watts of charging at 18 volts. It's going to do, even in low light settings, 25% charge rate. And that's because of the reflective charging. So it gets full main charge from the front side. The blue side will get the reflective bounce back light charging. So you aren't missing a lot with that. And that's the cool part with this. Now, it is lightweight, fully waterproof, water resistant, can be left out in the rain, left out in the sun, and it's going to do that for you guys. Now, it's got press rings, so tie it down. Do not let it become a kite and sail off. Your 68 rating means it can be left out in snow, dust storms, wash off the hose, you're good to go. It can be left out in the sun, it can be left out in the rain if you need to. 30% savings with this device, so $209 is your price point with this. This will work with the 100 plus all the way up to, of course, the 1000 V2s. Technically, you guys could plug it into even that beautiful 5000 plus if you needed to. Do I recommend that one on the 5000 plus? Not really. Get the 500Xs or the 200s, but hey, you can be done with that. It's a wide variety with that one. If you don't need that variation, you guys can get the 200 Solar Saga. Now, this is normally a $700 solar panel. It's $479 tonight. At $479, I actually have a video of this in action, so you guys are going to see this. This is the 200-watt solar panel. Now, it is a 21-pound solar panel. It is IP68 rating. It's got a sunlight angle indicator, and it does come with, of course, the carrying case. Inside the carrying case, you'll have the solar panel and the 10-foot cable. This will do 24.3% efficiency in converting light to power, even in low light settings. Now, it's going to do 200 watts, of course, of charge rate for those of you that need it. The IP68 rating means you guys can leave it outside. Don't worry about it. It's going to be able to run. You should be able to set it up in 10 to 30 seconds without a problem and up and running. Now, if you're using it on, let's say, the smaller stations, you might use it on the 7909 adapter plug. If you're using it on the bigger station, the 8020 plug is going to be the one. Now, that's going to be like a locking groove with that one. The other one's, of course, is a different adapter with this. Fully waterproof. If you need to, wash it off the hose. It's not going to hurt it. It can stay out in the snow, defrost, and still start working later. $479 is a 31% savings with this. And you guys can see right there, nice large panel that's going to work out well for all of you. If you don't need a large panel, we have their $79 version. Now, this is a Mini 40. The Mini 40 is a 2.5 pound solar panel. At 2.5 pounds, this is actually a really great solar panel. 12 inches tall, 10 inches wide, half inch thick at its thickest point. Has a magnetic clasp that pops open. Now, this is a trifold design, but it is a quad panel. Literally, that is your size of this panel. This panel is actually decently length for this, but it's the weight. It's so lightweight, you guys could take it anywhere. You could stick this in your kid's backpack without them knowing, and they can carry it around. Honestly, they can put it in their backpack and carry it. Now, monocrystalline solar cells, fully waterproof, water resistant. This is great for the smaller stations. For the 100 plus, the 240s, the 300s, even the 500 would work with this. 500 would just take a lot longer to charge with that. But lightweight, like it's the size of a 3-ring binder, which is great. So very, very phenomenal little piece. $79 is the price point for this. And that's where it's kind of at with this one. So a really great option for those of you that need that. Now, I believe we have, let me make sure. All right, so we're going to show you guys the 100 Prime. So the 100 Prime is our last panel of the night. Now, this is a modular panel. This is actually coming in at $179. $179. It's a modular piece. It's a full glass panel. So glass, it's a tempered glass panel, so do be careful with it. Now, this is their only one that is not foldable. It doesn't fold up. It's a permanently set up piece, right? So glass panel, nice and long. Just be careful. Wash it off the hose. It's fully waterproof, water resistant. Does 25% charge rate at low light settings because it is a bifacial charging device. So it can charge from both sides. On the back side is, of course, you guys will see the reflective charging rate side. It's got a metal housing all the way around. It's got, of course, these riveted holes or pressed holes that are meant for all your mounting hardware. And it does come with the mounting hardware. It comes with self-tapping screws. It comes with the nut and bolts and the Z brackets to set it up. They recommend setting this at a 25-degree angle if you guys want the max charging out of this at, of course, the quick charge rates. Now, comes with the 10-foot cable permanently affixed. Now, the 10-foot cable is an Anderson clip style, and it comes with, of course, the adapter with that to connect up. This is, of course, the 8020 adapter with the locking ring. If you need the 7909 adapter, it is out there for you. Now, fully tempered glass, waterproof, washable. You don't have to set it up. You don't have to have it at an angle. You guys can lay it flat on your motorhome, your RVs, your toy haulers, your sheds, your garages, and everything else in between. The 100 Prime is going to be, of course, usable for pretty much all of their systems. When you link this with multiple 100 Primes, it's going to work well for the larger systems. If you use it as itself, by itself, it's going to be perfect for the smaller stations. That is, of course, $179.00 today. Now, remember, guys, we have all of those great deals on all of those beautiful power stations for you guys, ranging from, of course, the discount codes that we have. First and foremost is going to be that 1000 V2 for like $399 with the discount code. You guys can also get the 300 with the discount code for about $159. You guys can get the 2000 V2 for about $799, or you guys can get the 3000 Pro and 200 watt solar panels for $17.99. That's over a 50% savings. If you spend over $2,000 tonight, guys, use that discount code, and you guys will actually get 7% savings with that. Now, it has to be over $2,000 to get that discount code. So that is what we have for you guys on this show tonight. With that being said, we will be back here, I believe, Thursday night. So we'll be back Thursday night with another stream. So hopefully, guys, if you haven't, hit the follow button. If you guys want to, also hit that live notification button. We'll be back Thursday night with another beautiful stream. I want to thank you all for hanging out with me. We'll see you guys on the next show.